In 2010, thousands of naked pictures of American Idol stars, senators' daughters, real housewives, and even school teachers were leaked by the internet's most hated man, Hunter Moore.
What?
Hunter Moore is
Hunter Moore.
Hunter Moore.
Hunter Moore is
My name's
Hunter Moore.
He was doxxed by Anonymous, investigated by the feds, heck, even stabbed because of what he did next.
I remember this, man. I was in school, dude. I very, very faint memory.
Because what everyone wanted to know was how did he get his hands on
fappening.
thousands of these private
Yes.
pictures. Now, Hunter said on Dr. Drew that these were all revenge pictures sent in from pissed off lovers to humiliate them on his site, is anyoneUp.com. You know, where 30 million people a month saw, which made Hunter tens of thousands of dollars. See, Hunter was partying hard, copious amounts of drugs, hooking up with hundreds of chicks, not a care in the world. But the real story of how he got these photos was far more disturbing. After the rabbit hole the FBI found when one girl's pics appeared on his site, well, it would just lead to the very satisfying and public downfall of the internet's most hated man, Hunter Moore. Now, the tale of Hunter Moore doesn't start out with where he was born, but rather of a tale of alleged lawsuit fraud that would make Hunter rich beyond his wildest dreams.
Lawsuit fraud?
How? Well, working a retail job, he rounded up some employees to fabricate a story about their gay manager allegedly touching them. Now, rather than calling the cops, he threatens a lawsuit and the company wants to
What a piece of shit!
settle. And this story just illustrates how low he is willing to go to make money at any cost.
Yeah.
So they come in, right, and they're like, well, we just want to know how it affected you long term since the situation happened. And so, you know, I tell my story again, same old bullshit. Anyway, so Ray tells his story and he just starts bawling, dude. Like, you touched me. And I know he's not serious, right? So I have my head down like this, like I'm sad, but really I'm trying not to laugh. So
That's such a dead giveaway that he's lying, man.
the lawyers, you know, they're like, okay, thank you, and they walk out the room. They're like, we're sorry this happened to you, you know. So Ray, as soon as the door shuts, he goes from, he touched me.
These kids are such asshole rats, dude. Literal fucking rats.
Starts dying laughing, dude. And all of us in the room, dude, we all just start cracking up.
Oh
and
my
they come back with that fucking final number, dude.
And that final number?
Oh my god.
300 grand wired to his checking account at 21.
At 21? Jeez! Chat, that's 300 grand in 2009 money. Bro, that's so much.
1 years old. And Hunter just goes buck wild. He starts partying all around the world, ecstasy with the boys, doing lines off of dancers, getting that taste of the party life. Every night was crazier. Bottle service, girls, drugs, tattoos. And the tab, it was always on Hunter.
He's doing coke off that girl's butt.
But when Hunter's card declined a year later, that's when he realized he was broke. He had blown through $300,000 in less than a year. And
In less than What a fucking dipshit.
Hunter felt so horrible for it. I mean, he could have used that money to start up his life, possibly buy a home, but no, he wasted it all away. So
Good
moving back in with his
dumbass.
parents, Hunter tried to get his life back together, but he just couldn't get his mind
His parents just took him back too? I would have thrown his fucking ass into the street, bitch. What?
off of that LMFAO party rocker lifestyle that he had just had a taste of. He grew depressed and even thought about ending it all. Yes, over the fact he wouldn't get the party again.
I mean, I was close to myself because it was so bad.
But
You're
one
a
night,
fiend,
he was
dude.
messaging some friends, trying to send out get pictures of a girl. But when Hunter tried sending these pics to his friends, for whatever reason he couldn't. So he posted them on an old website he had, is anyoneUp.com, and sent the link out to his friends. And little did Hunter know, that site would change the world. Soon his friends started uploading their own naughty pics of girls they were
Oh
hooking
my
up with.
God.
And it was in Hunter's own words, for the homies. But after a week, Hunter checks the traffic out of curiosity. 14,000 unique visits.
That's a lot for a random website.
In other words, this wasn't just the homies getting off to this anymore. Now, Hunter told himself, holy sh**, I can make a lot of money doing this. Now, the idea was
What
pretty
a
simple.
rat.
Someone could anonymously submit, private photos to Hunter through the site. Perhaps it's a revengeful ex, a recent hookup, or maybe even your own pictures if
What if it's someone who's underage? Like, how do you filter for that shit? Then you're in possession of CP. Like, huh? Man, this guy does not think things through. He just sees dollar signs, man. Yeah. Yeah, the thing
feeling
this
up
guy
to
cares.
it.
No,
And then
no,
Hunter would
obviously.
manually verify each picture that they're all 18 years old. And then he would upload them
How do you Okay, man. Yeah, I verified it. She looks 18. Bro, what?
on isanyoneup.com, and Hunter would make money
Yeah,
from
sure
the
he
ad
would.
revenue. Now, at the time, there were actually a lot of sites like this in this genre, if you will. And
Yeah, verified. He just beats off on it. He's like, all right.
honestly, some were even worse. They would post your private pictures, and then you could have them taken down for $300, aka extortion. But, I mean, Hunter wasn't
Yes,
that
it's
scummy,
insane.
but he did go the extra mile with his victims. See, along with the private pictures, he would link their Facebook account, their name, their address, what's their job, basically their
Nah, bro. You're actually like a fucking, like... I was gonna say he's an animal, but like, even animals don't do this, bro. Full-on dogs? I mean, you can say like, oh, they deserve it because they're a hoe. Guys, think it through. What if you have a boyfriend and you break up with him and he decides to do this shit to you? Even if it was like a normal breakup, or he's slightly salty that you broke up with him. That's mean as fuck, dude.
entire docs. So if anyone searched these peoples on Google, well, the first image you would see is one of their hoo-ha. Now, within months, Hunter was getting a ton of negative publicity back. I mean, he really thrived off of it, stating in his own book, "Hate is what drives me. It's motivation. I shouldn't even write this because people think I'm a psycho." But with every hate comment, the traffic grew, and within months, the site had quote-unquote blown up. MySpace, Facebook, everyone was talking about it. Hunter started going on
True.
talk shows like Anderson Cooper, Dr. Drew Drizzle, to
Wait, why would you? God, this guy's just such a fucking dumbass. Why would you ever do that?
farm even more hate, and people just couldn't get enough of it.
They put you're putting your face out there?
Because once people heard about these awful websites from these TV shows, well, dads across the United States would have to make sure for themselves that it was just as bad as Dr. Drew made it seem, which it was. And in this cycle of negativity just kept the site growing. Bad press,
Basically, this is cyber. That's all it is.
I mean, cyber rape, that's way worse than real. I guess that's what you're saying.
more visits. Bad press,
I mean, it is to an extent very, very bad. Like, what do you mean? What? Like, yeah, it's not real RAPE, but you're still putting someone's face out there without their consent and then attaching their real legal name and their job to it. Yeah, it's like public humiliation. It's like literally for no reason at all.
You do know what you're doing is sleazy, right?
I don't feel it's sleazy at all.
Really?
more submissions.
Okay, man.
Because
He's
more
baiting
content
so
on the site
hard.
meant more visitors to it as well.
It never stops. People are submitting all the time.
Now, to build the community out, every day Hunter hand-selected the queen or king of the day, and he would post them on the front page for all to see. And this led to people leaking their own spicy pictures to try to get adult acting jobs or to promote album releases, and this little culture was
Yeah.
building. Because even on the opposite side, he had the Daily Gargoyle, and in Hunter's own word, the Daily Gargoyle was a daily post about a semi-fat chick with some f***ed-up titties or weird nipples. Nothing crazy, just something most people wouldn't f***. And you know, with this screw you attitude,
Guy's such a scum fuck, man.
much like Tucker Max of the day, a real cult of personality developed around Hunter. He started selling merch
And you're cultivating these fucking like young impressionable dipshits to do the same thing.
with his face on it. He pitched reality shows to networks and started throwing all of these
Ow!
parties
He's doing crime.
across the United States. IsAnyoneUp.com was now his main sponsor.
Were you disappointed when you were submitted to my site?
And it seemed like everything he had missed in his life, the partying, the bottle service, the girls, it had all come back within months. Now, at its peak, Hunter said he was making about 30 grand a month just on the ad revenue. But what?
Was it a crime yet? You're telling me taking nudes without that person's consent, posting it online, and then tying their real life name and their work to that? I don't buy it.
That little detail always misses out. Just to run the site cost about 20 grand a month. But the girls, the drugs, the money, the world was limitless for Hunter. But I mean, the real question was, any of this legal? Absolutely, because by law, these pictures came from users, not Hunter himself. I mean, he wasn't legally held responsible thanks to United States Law Section 230. Yes, the same law that protects YouTube from being sued for what its users post. And Hunter had
Yo, man, fuck YouTube, man.
that same protection.
You may be wondering, can more legally get away with this?
Under current federal law, he's completely off the hook.
But what about all the revenge
That's
picture
fucked
laws that
up.
make non-consensual images illegal? Well, a lot of those laws that we have today, well, they were enacted because of what Hunter did next. Because with the help of his attorney looking at the site top and down,
least they
Hunter
changed it.
legally was in the clear. But oh boy, that did not stop people from trying to f with him. Mountains of lawsuits would get filed against Hunter in the site. Cease and desist letters would just pile up and Hunter would just pee on all of them. Now, the one thing Hunter did that I think was so cruel is he would link those revenge pics to their Facebook account, meaning all of the Facebook friends and their coworkers could see them as well. And, you know,
This guy's such a scumbag. That's impressive.
for that, Facebook would file a massive lawsuit against him, to which Hunter replied back with a picture of his wee-wee.
He's such a dickhead, but it's kind of funny. Like, I can't help but laugh. That's so powerful. Yeah, fuck you, Mark, you little bitch. Here's my penis.
I'm not even gonna make a comment about it being small or whatever. It's pretty big. Whether it was hate or love, people just could not stop looking at Hunter Moore. You know, he received daily death threats. Anonymous doxed him multiple times.
Hunter Moore, it's too late to expect us.
One woman's dad actually stabbed Hunter after leaking his daughter's pictures. And oh boy, 4chan began the with him.
Uh-oh.
Now today, anyone can find your address, your phone number, your name, your email, your job, heck, even who you voted for, all on data broker sites across the web. And the worst part, anyone can look at it for free. But with today's sponsor, Delete Me, they have experts that scour the web to remove your personal info from thousands of these data broker sites. Now, I personally signed up for Delete Me about a year ago when someone found me and my fiance's phone number from one of these free data broker sites and then texted her pretending to be me.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This was actually his stalker. Yeah, his stalker like fucking found him and shit.
But when that happened, I signed up for Delete Me. They got all of our personal info removed on these data broker sites. And it's really just giving me such a peace of mind knowing that my fiance won't get random texts like, hey, this is Vince, I'm texting you from a new phone number because my phone broke, ever again. Yes, that actually happened. Heck, I even got my grandparents signed up for Delete Me after I showed them why they got so many spam calls. Well, so much of their personal info was available online for free. So get your personal info out of the hands of data brokers today. Get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you use the promo code Vince at joindeleteme.com/Vince and tell him Vince sent you. Remember when I said that he had to manually verify each picture on the site to make sure it was up to speed? Well, 4chan took notice of that. And, you know, started uploading the most disturbing pictures he possibly could to the site, all because they knew Hunter would personally have to see it.
With all the attention, we had more weirdos and more weirdos every day submitting to the site.
No, really.
And we were dealing with a ton of underage you know, pictures that were submitted every day.
That's classic 4chan, doing the most fucked up shit possible.
And a lot of animal abuse and, you know, people that had been submitted and posted on the site in the past who had died within the year that the site would been up. People would find the pictures of them dead and post them along their pictures.
But did this make Hunter have any sympathy for his victims? Absolutely not. He said all of his victims were sluts, that they asked to be abused by sending these nudes. They deserved to lose their jobs, embarrass their families. Or, as he said on Dr. Drew,
do you feel bad about doing this to, I mean, you don't know these women, you don't know anything about them.
No one put a gun to your head and made you take these pictures.
Okay, but what if you're in a relationship and you're in a consensual relationship? Like, this guy's just an ass. He's an ass. Plain and simple, just a troll.
2011, everything's on the internet. I don't know how you can point your finger at me.
It's not my fault.
I've been justifying this in my head for over a year and a half of, the site, what I do and the site that I run.
Now, to keep the site growing, Hunter needed a constant supply of content. I mean, he told everyone these photos were submitted by the public.
Just anonymous people give you the pictures. Why you?
I mean, that's kind of what makes it easier, I mean, it is all anonymous. I don't know these people.
And that's also what kept the site legal. But when one of his victims, Kayla...
You would find me hard-pressed not to punch him in the face for doing shit like that, man. And then sitting next to me being like, yeah, it's kind of your own fault for sending pictures to your husband and somehow it got leaked. I didn't upload it, it's your fault.
Law spoke up. Well, that's when the goddamn tide began to change.
Actress Kayla Laws is one of Hunter's many humiliated victims. But here's the problem. She says she had photos of herself on her computer but never sent them to anyone. So how did they end up on his site? Kayla says she was hacked.
Your daughter said she was hacked, correct? Well, I could say I was hacked and I never created the site. So that's usually the first, usually people that are embarrassed who made mistakes, usually try and fall back on something else. I'm sure she sent the picture.
Yeah, that'll hold up in court for sure.
Pictures to a million different guys and just ended up on my site just like everybody else.
But then when other women started saying their pictures have been hacked and also placed on asanyoneup.com, in a really sad way, no one believed them. No one took them seriously. I mean, instead they were shamed into admitting that maybe they just sent it to someone. But Kayla was so confident no one had seen it before. She had taken 100 pictures of herself in a dress. One of them had a nip slip, and that one nip slip photo was the one on asanyoneup.com, where millions of people saw it and Kayla was distraught and in tears. But when no one believed her in the public eye that she...
It was just one nip slip?
had been hacked, her parents did. And they were probably the two people you don't want to f with in this world.
Lawyers?
Her mom was a private detective and her dad...
Her mom was a PI?
Oh, he was a bigwig attorney. Now, at first they tried to scrub this photo from the web, but Hunter refused any takedown requests they made. So her mom had to copyright the nip slip photo of her daughter so she could send a takedown notice to Hunter, to which he also ignored that too. So then they send takedowns to the hosting company, the web security firm, but nothing's getting done. And then strangely, the next week, out of the blue, several of Kayla's friends also had their private pictures that no one had ever seen posted on asanyoneup.com.
This feels a little bit targeted, no? But I don't know, man, it's kind of sus.
Almost seemed targeted.
Yeah.
Now, this is getting out of hand, so her mom goes to LAPD, and no joke, they say, well, you shouldn't have taken the picture in the first place. Now, this is when Kayla's mom gets goddamn creative. Now, remember the Facebook accounts were linked to the pictures on asanyoneup.com? So Kayla's mom reaches out to all of the people on the site and asks them, were you hacked as well? And what she finds is absolutely insane. 40% of all of the women on the site claim that they were hacked, and 12% claimed they were photoshopped. What do I mean?
Photoshopped?
They had their faces professionally photoshopped onto adult actors doing ungodly acts, and then linking
Wait, that's so fucked, man.
it back to their Facebook account, essentially destroying these people's credibilities in the public eye. And at that point, that's when her mom calls the FBI. And now the downfall of Hunter Moore begins. But then 11 days after Kayla's...
No, these are not deepfakes, chat. These are just people photoshopping it. That takes a little bit of effort. It's not deepfaking.
Photo had been posted, it just all of a sudden came down. But, I mean, it wasn't because Hunter felt sympathy. No. Kayla's dad, her attorney, told Hunter that the FBI was now checking him out. And that photo was gone off of the website. And then, even stranger, the entire site was gone the next day. Now, on Twitter, Hunter said that he had sold the site to an anti-bullying organization, who then just shut it down permanently. But Hunter made it very clear. This had nothing to do with the FBI. No. It was because Hunter was getting bullied by 4chan. I'm fucking sick of looking at little kids naked. I'm sick of my fucking sight. I'm sick of my fucking people calling me it and telling me to kill myself. I'm tired of fucking looking out the window and thinking somebody's gonna fucking come through and murder me in my sleep. But
wait, you did all this for booze and drugs and women? Oh no, the consequences of my actions. Hold on, I got the perfect response.
I'm fucking crying, bitch! Where? I don't wanna fucking hear it!
Where? Would you look at that? The consequences of my actions.
did this make Hunter change as a person? Absolutely not. He was addicted to that life of the foam party and the DJ, the drugs, and just kept partying harder and harder. But as much as he tried to run away from all of his problems, the damage would already been done. The indictment had been released. My server guys, I mean, they've all been to prison for doing horrible shit in the computer, so like, I've probably got like the best team you could possibly have. Like, we have a crack team of hackers. Now, although Hunter said publicly all around that these images were all used—
if someone says they have a crack team of hackers, they don't have a crack team of hackers. Real hackers don't fucking say that shit.
Are submitted.
Like good ones.
Are the ones who should be, you know, feeling bad when they do click that submit button.
Well, the FBI begged to differ. Now, they had found evidence that Hunter had hired a hacker named Gary Jones to basically go into women's email accounts and steal their images. And he would pay him $145 per an account that he hacked into. And when I say
that's
hack,
a lot
I mean
of dosh.
Basic social engineering techniques. Hunter would pick a target, Gary Jones would hack him, and he was doing this dozens and dozens of times a week. There was emails from Hunter stating, "Hack all week for me, bro. Can I get 7 girls and 3 dudes?" And they did nothing to—
well, yeah, I mean, realistically, I'm just gonna say it. You're not gonna have infinite content.
hide it. There was PayPal payments, wire transfers, emails, all matching up to explain what the hell they were doing. Now, CNN would actually track down the real Gary Jones, and immediately he was already feeling sympathy for what he had done.
Just why?
I did it for money. I mean, again, that makes me sound like a monster, but...
Why did you have all those cobalt miners in Africa making iPhones? Oh, I just did it for the money, man. I fucking love money. It's like every other corpo, man. Look, it's for the money, man.
It's scary how quickly I would drop my morals for so little.
What was it like the first time you hacked into a woman's Facebook?
That's a loaded question, because I'll seem like a sociopath if I say it gave me a rush.
Now, when the FBI released the indictment, it validated so many women. It almost seemed like you were taking crazy pills, like my pictures were on the site, but I never sent them to anyone. I can't even imagine just how frustrating that must be.
My one question is, though, why do you have pictures like that on your computer? It's just a little bit strange to me, like, I've never done that. Like, guys, do you do it? Have you heard girls doing this? I don't know. It's on their phone most of the time, Alana. Okay, but he's saying that it's on emails and shit. It was iCloud. I mean, I guess I'm not one of those girls that takes pictures of themselves naked or something. Like, what? Like, for no one else to view? Like, jeez.
But was now Hunter remorseful at all in this, now that he was going to go to prison, possibly? Nope. In his own autobiography, he stated he was innocent. I did not hack the site because I enjoyed a couple titties and getting f***ed up with the homies.
Titties!
That's basically what he thinks. So, facing a 14-year sentence, Hunter admits guilt to all charges, basically taking a plea deal for aggravated identity theft. And he only gets 2.5 years with a $145 restitution to the victims.
Why?
Now, this sentence pissed off so many people. In response to that, 48 states made revenge pictures a criminal offense. Basically, this happened today, Hunter would be in prison for probably decades. I mean, he destroyed the lives of thousands of people. He deserves way more time.
Yeah, like this, so, especially the ones that got photoshopped, and then their name got attached to it. That's disgusting, man.
But Hunter was released in 2017. And today, Hunter is really just a washed-up loser, reliving his glory days like Uncle Rico.
Yeah.
There was a Netflix documentary about a year ago that he was asked to be in, and he was promoting it all on his Instagram, but at the last minute he pulled out, realizing they weren't going to give him any little bit of grace, which he doesn't deserve in the slightest. Today, he's basically...
What a fucking pussy, dude.
Buying fake...
No, what I did was good. If you paid me a bad lie, oh no, I don't want it. Or they didn't give enough money. That's probably what happened too.
Followers on Instagram trying to farm all of that hate, but his best days are really behind him. And honestly, no one should care.
Yeah, fuck this bitch. What a slimy little fucking tyrannical little bitch. What a little weenie small peepee bitch. Clappies, chat, clappies. Which best days? I mean to him. The ones he's trying to relive constantly. Yo, guys, check him out, Mr. Vince Vintage. Oh, yeah.